Hello everyone, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. So I've got a transfer rumour video for you. I'm currently down here on the docks down in Southampton, waiting for the game to come up on Tuesday. But transfer rumour videos, I like to not do many of them, but I like to squash them as well when they're not true. So we will be talking about two of the three players that will not be happening, which you can see in the title, which I do enjoy because I like to be, I wouldn't say proved right. However, I do like to see that the media that make the rubbish up get it wrong so often. So yeah, here we are, lovely settings around Southampton docks, and of course Eddie Howe needs strengthening, especially in the forward line. But I was at Crystal Palace literally last night, and I seen Amanda Staveley, I seen Mia Dad, I seen some of the assistant coach Jason Tindall and stuff come out of the ground, and so yeah, we need to talk about players coming in. And there's a couple that I want to start off with. Is Ivan Fresnada, who the Real Valladolid right back, just 18 years of age. That's not going to happen to Newcastle. It isn't happening. It looks like he's had talks with Arsenal already, and this is according to Fabrizio Romano, who claims that Arsenal are set to have further talks with him this week coming up as well. So Newcastle, of course, probably weak if Kieran Trippier was to pick up an injury. Javier Manquillo isn't getting much game time. Looks a shadow of his former self, and of course Emil Kraft, he's going to be out for the full season, so we are a little bit short on that side. But that player does not look like it's happening, so we're going to squash that one right now. Now, just not the shot behind me, but the one just before is actually where the Titanic sat off in April 1912. So if you rewind 15 seconds back, just behind me there is where the Titanic set off. But just behind me is a couple of cruise ships, just behind me in a red jet as well. But yeah, some beautiful scenes down here in Southampton at the docks. But I wanted to move on to the next player, which is definitely 100% not happening, which is Youssoufa Moukoko, if I said that right. Talented lad. I remember him breaking through at Dortmund at the age of, 16? German international already now. And he's talked about the actual speculation. So this is the first player really that's talked about. And he said, look, he's flattered that he's linked to foreign clubs and other clubs, but he's happy with the development to stay at Borussia Dortmund. And he is actually going to stay because he's penned a long-term contract to kill that speculation off. So Newcastle, of course, are in the hunt for a replacement for Chris Wood and an upgrade. Eddie Howe's already said he doesn't want a like for like. You want somebody who can excite the fans. So that one is definitely not going to happen, but he's a talented lad. Maybe Newcastle might revisit that once we're in European football, who knows. But to get him out of a contract right now, at this very stage of his career, a long-term contract, you're talking daft figures, which Newcastle do not want to buy. Crazy money, especially when he's just penned a new deal. That's not going to happen, everybody. So the last one is the player that we've been linked to for quite a while now, since the start of the window. Tim Vickery, who's an expert on South American football, claimed very, very early on, before it started to gather a little bit of pace, right at the beginning of January. I heard him on TalkSport talk about this kid. And, he's only 18 years of age. Mathaus Franća, or Franca, however you want to pronounce it. Plays in the number 10, 6 foot, 7 goals this season for Flamengo, and he's playing first team football in the Brazilian top division. Now, obviously, you think of Brazil and the league and the national team. They think of 10s and wingers. They're all quick, clever on the ball. A lot of them have played street football. So it's an interesting one because Goal.com say that Newcastle have actually put in an official bid of £14 million, which has been rejected by his club, and Bayer Leverkusen are also linked to him. They've put in a £12 million bid, and that's also been rejected. Goal say that they're holding out for £18 million, which you would think it's not much money in this day and age, but he's playing first team football. Would he come straight into that Newcastle lineup? Probably not. I don't think he's an under 23 signing, definitely not. He's too good for that. I think he could be a player that he gradually comes into the side. And Newcastle are in the mould for attacking options, so it's a number 10, and we continue to seem to be linked to him, as well as Anthony Gordon, who wasn't even in Everton's matchday squad. So Mathaus Franća, I don't know too much about him, but we'll have to see. But I think realistically, even though we're short on striker, I think Newcastle could do with a winger and possibly someone who scores goals, because we are struggling a little bit to score goals. And are the other midfield chipping in currently at the minute? Not as much. Miggy's goals have dried up as well. We've relied heavily on him this season. You take Miggy's goals out of this team, there's no one really contributing to 5+ goals so far, and we need more goals from midfield. It can't always be Callum Wilson or Alexander Isak. So we'll have to wait and see, but some beautiful scenes, as I say, down here at Southampton Docks. Bringing you a video probably tomorrow looking at a preview to St Mary's, so stay tuned for that. And then I'm heading over to Bournemouth, so you might see some more videos with some beautiful scenery over there as well. But yeah, drop us a like on the video, let us know what you think of the 2 out of the 3 that aren't going to happen. And can you see Mathaus Franća actually happening? Can he even get a work permit? Does he hold a Portuguese passport? Apparently it's easy to get one, being Brazilian, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But Anthony Gordon's linked as well, but we'll have to wait and see. It's got we've got 10 days or something left of the championship there. 10 days left of the transfer window. We'll have to see what happens, but Newcastle are expected to bring in at least one. But yeah, from Southampton, see you later everyone. Ta-da.